Today we're covering the Samsung Cup finals, all three games. The Samsung Cup perennial tournament, very exciting. And today, this time, it featured two very strong players as usual, but one with a very distinct play style. Now we'll talk about these in a moment, and let's, without further ado, let's head into game one. This match went to all three games, and the final match finished this morning. I myself have not seen the results yet, just like most of you guys, and I'm very excited to see. Okay, now so this is game one. Who made it to the finals? These two powerhouse Chinese players. And very interesting to point out, Ding Hao is a very typical super strong player. He's very good at fighting. He's very kind of what you expect, like a small Shen Jinsou kind of a player. He comes into the tournament the defending champion of the Samsung Cup. So and he now made it again to the finals. So very impressive there. And the player we are all most interested in is the black pieces player of this round. His name is Yifei, and he has a very rare Go style in the modern day and age. And what do we mean by a very rare Go style? Most players in the modern game have a very distinct need for speed in their play, and with AI, players have now been able to broaden, speed up their play in terms of getting the most efficiency out of their moves as possible. Dang Yifei, he is distinct in that he is a very solid player. He is what most of us, most amateur players are like, very cautious. For example, here this Joseki often goes into complications. Sometimes black tanukis, sometimes black gets sente. Through some other variations. Dang Yifei, he is very content to play very hante, very methodical, kind of slow. The Josekis that he does choose, as you can see in the first game, is one space on this corner, 2 space low, and then here are 2 extensions to finish this Joseki. Very methodical. There is nothing you can do against this solid, super solid play, and so he is very different from most players in this sense. Now, before we continue into this game, let's briefly take note of how both players got here. As we mentioned, Ding Hao is the defending champion, and so he is seeded into this tournament. By the way, here is our rankings, and as you guys can see, Ding Hao is ranked number 9 in the world, and Dang Yifei ranked number 7 in the world. Extremely high, but the players ranked number 1 through 6, including the final boss Shen Jinsou, all fell along the road. And so it was these two who made it to the finals. Briefly, let's take a look at how at the road to the finals, Ding Hao first round played ranked 43 Kang Dongyun, and then round of 16, Ding Hao faced another Cui Jing, the number 1 women's player. Round of 8, Ding Hao played Shen Jinsou and took him down. That was the probably the toughest match of his road to the finals. And in the round of 4 semifinals, Ding Hao took down Lian Xiao. We featured Lian Xiao in a couple of videos ago. Very handsome and strong player. Dang Yifei in the semifinals took down the dark horse Jin Yuchun, who has not had a very strong finish yet, a very, very young player, and this top 4 finish in the Samsung Cup would have been his best. And Dang Yifei, as we had mentioned, Dang Yifei is a very, very solid player. He can be described as the most tanky of all players. He plays exactly the same way, like how you expect a tank to play. Very, very solid. Like you cannot capture any of his stones, very likely, and he's kind of slow. He doesn't need to be ahead all the time. And in the middle to the later games, part of the game, you would see him sort of run over your positions little by little, very, very methodical, not like big flashy sacrifices and things like that. And so Dang Yifei's his road to the finals was the first match against Park Jung-won, another player ranked higher than him, one of the rarities, being ranked at number 7 in the world. You don't often play players that are higher ranked than yourself. And next he took down Ang Junki, one of the lower ranked players, one of the younger players in Korea, ranked number 80. And in the round of 8, he took down Li Xuanhao, another player ranked higher than him, ranked 5 in the world. So Dang Yifei took out 2 higher ranked players, while Ding Hao took out the final boss, number 1 player Xin Jinsou in the world, to reach the finals. So well deserved. No road to any finals are smooth or easy, and very, very nice. And both players played stronger players on the road to here. And now, so this the most important thing about Dang Yifei is that he is willing to take small deficits, but have very, very solid shapes and positions going into the middle game. And coming back to the first game of the finals, this turn is a very, very nice Dang Yifei-esque move. And nowadays all players are adapting their games to the AI, and it has helped players like Dang Yifei a lot, in the sense that before he would play many moves that are just simply too slow or too inefficient, and with the help of AI, this kind of player now is able to patch up his or her weakest point, which is playing too slowly sometimes. And so here, when the best AI suggested move is a move that is very Dang Yifei-esque or Li Chuanhou-esque, you can be sure that they would find it and play it. Okay, so this turn is a good example of that, and as we can see here, beginning of the game, totally even, as you would expect of players of this caliber. And so this super large knight move is the first surprising move of this finals, and here the AI suggests attaching into white's potential territory and then fighting it out from here. Not really Dang Yifei's style. And this, however, is his style. Look at this. He is making a relatively efficient large territory, and it's not a bad move by any means, just a few percentage points worse than the best. And here you can see that black's position is totally unassailable. There is nothing white can attack, and the only way that white is going to win the game is by developing faster than black. And good to note that early in the game, Dang Yifei plays this very trademark one space jump, and Ding Hao plays a two space. So it's very clear that there's a contrasting clash of styles that are gonna be at play here. If Ding Hao was playing black, he probably may have played some invasion down here. Dang Yifei, very, very solid, rock solid, and he is, I know we mentioned Li Changhou before, and Li Changhou in his heyday in the mid 1990s to late 1990s had this stone Buddha kind of presence about him when he played, and that is a very, very similar kind of feel against the opponents when they come up against these players. Very methodical, very solid, very thick. Very, very interesting stuff. And so here Ding Hao goes for a harassment reduction move. And here AI's response is to knight's move here. And this jump one space again is once again very, very Dang Yifei-esque. The modern day Li Changhou, we're gonna call him, and it shows this is very solid, developing black's upper side, attacking white clearly, and not too bothered with defending this right hand side territory for now. This is very, very important if you guys want to play a style similar to this. If you're not a particularly combative player, make sure you play this kind of moves very, very well. And the key to watch out for is once you have made something that is relatively strong, do not keep developing where you are relatively strong, and instead use the thickness principle for your own benefit. And once your opponent plays around your thickness, please do make sure you do allow him to continue, and this way you can exercise the maximum effectiveness of your strengths. So for example here, black is not worried about white establishing life inside here because the outside black shapes are relatively strong with more sentes coming up. And so here you definitely want to keep remembering this. Don't surround territory once you have strengths. Keep building strengths, but once you have it, you want to stop surrounding the territory there. Okay, so two moves here, black expanding to the upper side. By the way, so first thing that came to my mind at this around this point is black making some kind of an extension to the top. And so here we see that first making this in the middle, and then getting white to reduce, and then playing these two moves, in effect has black transition and basically take the top with two moves. And also it seems like white has played two stones here, but they might be under attack. So not only has black done the extensions to the top surrounding territory, black also found, created some weaknesses inside this close to black's strengths, which is always very, very nice. And this is where Dang Yifei is going to be starting to strike out at the opponent. Okay, very, very interesting. This attach is very interesting as well. If we play the normal AI moves like this, white does have very good follow-ups here. And then with another sente here, perhaps afterwards white can start to make a base on the right-hand side. Okay, so in the game, Dang Yifei connects. This will allow white to live inside the corner like this, very likely, but he doesn't mind. This is also very trademark stylistically. He is not worried about taking a lot of territory rather than making a lot of thickness and getting and playing the long game. So very, very interesting clash of styles, and we see that already in this game with Ding Hao playing very, very fast, jumping into the middle, two spaces, all kinds of attaches, and we see Dang Yifei just defending and keeps developing. Sort of think of it as a tank rolling on and on through methodically and very, very effectively. Okay, so now black plays here. This is very, very big noticeably, and note how black is not, he doesn't strike out directly like this, and this is another it's another way that he's showing very much methodicalness and solidness. He's very, very willing to just keep developing rather than fighting and then going into a fight that he is not totally sure of the outcome of. So he's very willing to wait until the perfect time before he strikes out. Alright, so Ding Hao plays these two moves very, very good, very developing the bottom. And here we can see if black continues here, white has a very, instead of black having very solid shapes, white is making a very big moyo, and if white is able to surround this big lower side, black would surely have a lot of pressure on territory. And again, this is a trademark for Dang Yifei. If you are his opponent, if you are his opponent's fan, you feel like this is a very, very difficult opponent to deal with because you can always lose, you can always fall apart at any time, and even if you are ahead, you're only ahead by a little bit, and you always know that he is gonna catch up with his steady, solid play. If you are a fan of Dang Yifei, then you're like, oh, come on, run faster, can't you go faster and get more territory? Yeah, can't you get, come on, can you play a little bit faster? And you feel it's a very, very interesting thing. But of course, the Dang Yifei, he's one of a kind in the modern day and age, and he it's a special treat watching this guy play. So in the game, Ding Hao attaches to the outside, and this will start some fighting here in the middle. Another choice, attach on the inside and then make this very large territory. That is the first thing that comes to my mind, but even though you can, as you guys can see now, even though you can count a lot of white territory now across the board, more than you can count for black, but if you look at the rest of the board, black can surround a lot of territory on the right. Black can start attacking white's middle stone for a lot of middle potential. So black will have a lot of potential in the middle, and then on the top left, white is also very, very not solid. So if white just goes for something like this, it would be very, you could see the rest of the game, you could see white being on the back foot the rest of the game for sure. So that's probably why Ding Hao decided to play very, very aggressively here, and including this jump into the black shapes. This is setting up counterattacks against the middle three stones. So this is very nice, and in response, Dang Yifei, very trademark solidness, just developing, keeping his own stones very, very strong. Yeah, it does feel, it's the closest thing that anyone comes to the on the board form of the proverbial tank. Okay, so we spent a very, very lengthy amount of time discussing Dang Yifei's unique and rare playstyle. He is amongst the most solid and unaggressive of players in the modern day and age, especially nowadays. players are more and more aggressive. It's a special treat to see someone like Dang Yifei. Okay, and he is a world champion, so his play style is entirely valid and everything, and so on. So here we come to the first major fight of the game, and here we see how Black is every move that Black is making himself stronger. And okay, Black headbutts. AI move has White trying to cut Black in the middle, but Black also surrounding a lot of territory on the right, and then Black is gonna treat the middle stones lightly. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, maybe 11, 12. This is very interesting, and here Dang Yifei answers this peep by this move, and here we can see AI wants Black to just capture this one stone and have this exchange happen. White is very likely to cut and capture this, and we have White surrounding territory on the bottom, Black surrounding on the right hand side. Now Yifei plays this push, and this is the first major mistake of the game, and the problem is White can now push in, and we'll see what happens if White does. Okay, so in the game, Black just pushed here. What happens if Black wants to totally fight this out? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then Atari connect. This headbutt is now Sente. So normally, if Black is able to play here, capture the 2 white stones, that would seem to be relatively okay, an okay fight. But now White can Atari this, and here we see how this peep and this exchange is now really it's kind of like the classic setup, and now this would be terrible for Black. The middle is all dead, and so if Black is not able to Tanuki in the middle, White would be able to capture the right hand side, and the Black group, the Black territory is all gone, and that would be very bad. So very sneaky, this combination by White was very nice, and here Ding Hao secures a very nice advantage. Remember what happened before in the fight? It was very, Black clearly has the upper hand, the more stones in the middle area, and White was likely on the defensive. But after this combination, now White captured 2 stones, and Black only connected with many stones in Dame moves, and so this is a major success by White. So here White is now above 90%. Okay, so and here we see Dang Yifei clearly feeling the pressure now, play in this way. And the other trademark Dang Yifei-esque or Li Changhou-esque play is that when they fall behind, when they lose a fight, you will see them totally unfazed. You will not be able to tell without AI who is winning or not, or losing, by just how they play. And when they are behind, you will see them play totally almost the same as if they are ahead. And that is, that comes from total confidence in one's abilities. That is also this most difficult to deal with part of this kind of play style. You're like, you would often feel like, I feel like I'm ahead a lot, but why does my opponent not play this way? And then you begin to have self-doubt, and as the a few slow moves that from being ahead, a few slow moves later, and the methodical tank catches up with you, and all of a sudden the game is totally even again. So it's very, very difficult to play against this type of game, because they're very solid. You can't ever like totally destroy him, and at any time if you start playing crazy moves, you know that the solid tank is gonna roll you over, and you know that he's just waiting for a chance to do this. Okay, so White has a big lead now, significant lead if not very big, and the game continues. Here, Dang Yifei, you see almost nothing that's very big invasion kind of moves, but once Black was able to reduce the bottom with the help of sacrificing 2 stones, now we can see that Black is counterattacking this white corner, and without AI we would clearly not be able to tell who is ahead. White is at 92. Nice. So okay, and so this is a very nice, we see a very, very good clash of styles. Dang Yifei brought his game, and Ding Hao, with a very nice combination, takes the first fight, the first lead. Very, very nice. And here, when Dang Yifei places this peep, you can see that there's no hurriedness in his play at all. And indeed, some people might wonder, is White really ahead? And yeah, it's very, very nice Go style. Okay, and so here Ding Hao elects to go full speed ahead, total aggression. The combination worked, and now White is gonna destroy the top Black territory, and really now White is gonna take the lead on the territory at the expense of the middle. However, this does give Black one way back into the game, and the next move, this crawling move, really washes away all the Black territory on the upper side, and makes more territory for White than Black on the upper side. And now this is gonna really commit Black into this capture in the middle, into this attack against the middle. But see how the attack is made. The attack is made with an Atari here. Yes, does this look like someone who is in a hurry, in trouble? No, this looks like someone who is like, I'm kind of winning and I'm just gonna play very, very solid. This is the tank Dang Yifei, Li Changhou-esque, modern day Li Changhou style. Very, very interesting. And here White jumps, you see, not in a hurry, and this is very rare, as we had said, and this is not the typical play. Okay, so now White has 2 groups, this corner and this middle. Both groups seem relatively fine, but there are 2 which may make it a bit of a problem in the future. So here, in response to the peep, Ding Hao plays a strengthening move into the middle. Yeah, let's take a look at how much territory Black has. No significant territory anywhere on the board. White has corners, has the bottom, has the right hand side corner, 4 corners, a middle group, another side group, and this is trademark. Not in a hurry is a trademark. Solidness, thickness, push, push with a tank. This is nothing like, this is no blitzkrieg, this is just methodical pushes. And so when White tanukis this corner, next Black plays this jump, and let's see how this corner is gonna evolve. Yes, so here, yeah, and again, Black does need to secure a lot in this attack. Okay, and so white very artfully kind of sets up this double ko situation. Black definitely cannot win both kos. Yeah, one. So clearly, black will have to connect one at some point in order to continue to attack white. It's probably gonna be this, and then as long as white is able to get a capture in Sente, this corner will be totally alive this way. So white, very good defense here, and so here. Remember white tanuki'd before to fix the middle, and the middle is relatively fixed. So now, what is black gonna do? Very far behind on territory. How is black gonna catch up? And remember, the motto is not in a hurry. And so here, black plays this move, trying to capture this one stone, make some potential territory. Not in a hurry to not making this desperate all-out attack. Okay, and so in response, maybe feeling the pressure, maybe something here you can see the AI wants white to fix the middle and take a small lead, maybe a significant lead into the end game, and let black sort of 1, 2, 3, and then surround some territory, and the game would even out. This is the trademark not in a hurry go style, and then later on you'll see that the game is like, I feel like I have 10 points of lead, and then in the late game you're like, I feel like I have 5 points of lead, and then in the small end game you have 2 points of lead, and then pretty soon you're like in an even game, fighting it out in the end game. Very, very interesting. This is perhaps why Ding Hao elects to play this very, very aggressive cutting move, and this is further totally destroying the territory balance, and now it's really, there's no more coming back on territory. Remember, black was capturing 1 white stone for 15 points here. Now if white captures 3 black stones for 10 points, that's 25 points. Can't make 25 points anywhere on the board, so the only thing left is to attack and try to capture one of the 2 white stones. And this is fighting the ko, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. White does have a lot of uncertainty in terms of with these 2 groups. This will be the final fight, and remember, Ding Hao chose this because Ding Hao did not want to take a probably significant lead into the final end game. And no doubt it was because of the trademark Dang Yifei Go style. Okay, so in the game continues. Black makes the Hane, and white responds by sliding. This is instead of living into the corner, white is living into the side, which is totally fine. This Dang Yifei, very, very nice. Never in a hurry. And you guys can see here, he's just slowly fighting this ko, inching his way into the game, back into the game, and we see Ding Hao really, really aggressive throughout the game. And so here, Dang Yifei turns. This takes away the ice space for this white group, and next, white plays these moves and lives in the middle. The top after black connects, this is likely what happened in the game. This turns into a ko, another ko, which is very interesting. So here, white basically, you could say white sort of felt the pressure, and then took another swig of territory on the left, and now white is really trying to juggle all 3 groups at the same time, and it was slightly maybe unfortunate, maybe it was just a little bit too aggressive earlier. Now white could not avoid having this ko for this group on the top and the ko on the lower left for that white corner. So very interesting, and the game is very, very even now. And it's very uncertain. However, this game is not uncertain in the sense that it's like super close. It's uncertain in the sense that there are two major groups still left that are very uncertain of life, and it's very, very interesting. Now we can see here this is kind of this is a double ko, so white will only be able to capture and win one of the kos. Let's see what happens. And so here black is very happy to just answer the majority of the white ko threats because there's a double ko and black only needs to win one. So when white played this one, black now connects, and here white survives here, and black is gonna capture and end the top ko. And so this big exchange happened. White took care of both living, dangerous groups, but as it often happens, it was the third group on the upper side that took the brunt of the damage, and it died, and black is totally reversed the situation. Very, very interesting how black went about this. It was never in a hurry, and then when white went one step too far, right here on the left, it was black's cue to sound the total counterattack. It's like come on, that's gotta be way too much, right? Kind of a moment. Note how if white still white continues to stops himself and then continues to take fix his middle groups, white was still in a massive lead, but it was maybe 4 to 5 points, massive lead in the percentages, AI win rate, but this is Dang Yifei waiting, not in a hurry, and methodically pushing through like a tank. And I often feel that I am on the side of white when I play my games in the on Fox. So you guys may have heard of the saying that it's very difficult to capture a professionals group, and in this case, black did secure, Dang Yifei did secure a capture against white, even though it's a small corner and side group. How did he do it? It was very, very methodical, super solid, no weaknesses really, and once white made one swig of territory too far or too much, black sounded the counterattack, and a slight inaccuracy by white's defense, and here white spent one move, 2 moves to totally save the middle, and one slight misstep or defensiveness in the middle, and that allowed black to have this double ko situation, and then capture the white group for the overall turnaround. So overall, without the help of AI, could we have known that white took a lead right here with this push through? Yes, it's easy to evaluate what the situation was before and what the situation was after. Yes, we could tell that white gained a lot in this fighting. Could we tell exactly where black came back? That's very difficult to say. And the first time that white greedily took more swigs of territory, white was in the right and not punished. and when the situation needed Black to play solidly, Black did play solidly and took another big, like devastating territorial loss on the upper side. The whole Black's side and corner became White's corner and half of a side. He just took this, and after he suffered that huge territory loss, he played this slow Atari that only strengthened himself, didn't do anything important, too greedy or too ambitious afterwards, and then no no crazy moves at all, just methodical. Like he makes a threatening move to the corner, White Tanuki. So then he continues into the corner. The corner was held, and so Black went for something else, and once he found one opportunity here, when White spent one too many moves taking care of the middle group, he was able to leverage this one move later on to get a double ko situation, win a ko, and capture one of the Ding House groups, and completed his comeback. It was quite impressive. Very often, so this kind of so here White took two moves to take care of the middle. This kind of situation happens so very often when your opponent has the thickness advantage, and this one slow move or one and a half slow moves very often comes to my games, and so I feel I totally understand what Ding Hao is thinking and why he made all the moves that he did in the game, including this this last swig of territory. I don't want to just go into the end game where that's kind of like your game. I want to totally destroy the balance of territory, lead by 20 points, so there's no chance for Black to win other than to strike out against to strike out and try to capture something. And in the game he did, and it was very impressive. Okay, before we go into game two, we are going into game two, and as we are doing it, so this is how game two ended. Dang Yifei would be White in this game. Note the best university in China is Tsinghua in Beijing. Tsinghua University, and Dang Yifei is currently enrolled as a student there. His classmate is named. His classmate is the famous Ke Jie, who is, I think, 1 year ahead of him. In Tsinghua University, so so very interesting. Hope he has a good time in university, and clearly going to college has not made either Ke Jie or Dang Yifei suffer on their professional fields. Okay. The rest of the top pros are probably going to other universities. I just know of the two for sure. And okay, so game two. Now remember what happened in game one. Ding Hao, with his very strong aggressive playstyle, and found a very good opportunity, took a very good lead into the middle game, and throughout into the late middle game. But one swig of territory too much, and Dang Yifei was able to come back. This is trademark, and it's a treasure to see in this day and age, because so few players are like that. This type of playstyle is also extremely easy to relate to for Go players. It's like I don't desire anything above and beyond what I deserve, basically. And very, very rare. This lack of greed, this willingness to methodically, slowly, play out the game, play a drawn-out game into the end game. It's his trademark, and he is up 1-0 onto game 2, and he is playing white in this game. And Ding Hao, the defending champion, the player who took down Shen Jun-so, the #1 player in the world, is now playing black pieces in this game. And let's see if there are any adjustments for him, and so on. Okay, so wow, first very interesting move here, that what do you call it? That wedge. So white blocking would be a normal move, giving up the 1 stone for Sente to invade at 5. Interesting. Note how in the modern day, this diagonal move is very, very often played in this position. Just realize that this is a very Li Changho-esque, slow, methodical, thick move. The reason why this move is so often played is, one, it is making the top very much white's sphere of influence, and 2, it reverses the attack-defense situation in the corner. Now, white is never going to be under attack. White has thickness. Black is the only one who might come under attack in this corner going forward. Okay, let's see how this move was according to the AI. It was 47, it was 47, now it's 77, so a little bit bad. But the response is to Atari and then connect, and white would peep and then connect this 1 stone out. Clearly, this is white's plan for sure. Okay, it's just that this plan leaves the white corner very weak, although white does have this counterattack against the upper side. Very unclear. So now in the game, black plays on the outside Atari, and it's white also loses a little bit as a result. And here white goes greedily into the territory. So this jump would be something Dan Yifei's tanky go style would play, but also this diagonal into the corner, making this group totally alive, also makes a lot of sense. Okay, and so Ding Hao plays this move. Now the AI, as we would expect, this diagonal move so often is the AI move, and it is at this moment as well. Now why is this move clearly much faster? Why is this not the AI move? Yes, and we come back to this corner. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This diagram has this AI variation has white cutting black stones from the left, from the top and the bottom, and because and then by making black much weaker than before, this is how white is gonna reach safety, by this kind of a counterattack against black. As you can see, if black wants to continue attacking, black has to play 6, and then white plays 7, 8, 9, 10. No doubt, playing this kind of sacrificing of 1 stone. Later, white can still do this with this extend being Sente, and this way white is gonna be taking care of the white group by sacrificing 1 stone. Another very common technique. So in the game, white first plays this, and now Ding Hao, you give him the first move, okay, but the second chance you give him, sure, he plays it. Okay, now the clear move is to play this attachment. Now, did he play? Yes, they did play, and let's see what happens after this attachment. Black pushes through the white stones, places Hane, and now white, how is white gonna save the stones? If white just cuts, this Hane connect being Sente is gonna be very, very annoying for white, and this is white dying in the corner. In the game, white first, white plays this move. If black blocks, then this Hane connect would not be Sente anymore. It's still Sente now because of this, but you know, if white just plays another move, another extend maybe, you know, white is going to be fine this way. So when this attach happens, black plays this extend. Very good, since the Hane runs into that tiger mouse shape, might as well just extend. Okay, after the extend, black is now able to connect home underneath here, so this makes white's cut totally unuseful. And if white wants to save the stones, black would Atari connect. I don't think white is able to save these, so the 3 stones are going down. So here white plays a second move, and here black plays a Hane move. This is very solid. This is taking out this 1 stone, and overall here feels very good for the defending champion Ding Hao, doesn't it? White lost 3 stones in the corner, and white didn't surround any significant territory. White only destroyed a few, some black territory on the bottom. Ooh, interesting. White AI wants white to push out. Interesting. I myself had a situation similar to this in one of my games about a month ago or a few weeks ago, and it was very similar. I decided to Tanuki, so very similar to Dang Yifei in this game. And this is again trademark Dang Yifei. After suffering some loss, just, you know, methodically, normal, unhurried play. If I were to play this kind of a player who is totally unhurried, I would be under a lot of pressure. I know one of my friends who is very strong and who plays exactly this way. She got second place in her group in pro qualifications in China. So for 2 years in a row. So she's very strong, but not yet a pro in China yet. Yeah, she plays exactly the same way. Very methodical. I am not out to get more than what I deserve. That's a feeling you get, and yeah, you just know that you can get a 2-point lead, 3-point lead, 5-point lead, but if you make some kind of a mistake, she is gonna be like the tank that rolls you over, and one mistake and it's, you know, your lead is entirely gone, and then like into the end game you're like, I know I'm gonna lose by 2.5, 1.5, 3.5, that kind of thing. Okay, so the game continues here. If you guys are wondering, captured 3 stones, is this efficient? You guys can always take away an equivalent number of black stones versus the captured white stones. So here are 3 white stones. We can take away the 3 most useless black stones in the corner, these 3, and you see if the final like territory is efficient or not, and picture in your mind all these 6 stones gone, and that is, wow, what a huge corner. Black didn't even make have a stone in the corner. This is like 30 points, and wow, very efficient. So that's how we can tell, that's how professionals tell if a captured shape is efficient or not. Suppose black played one more move here in the corner. Is this efficient? And you take away 3 stones, and maybe you leave a 3/3 stone here. Take away these 3, take away these 3 white, and then it seems pretty reasonable. Then you would say this is reasonable efficiency, or acceptable for white. Right. So in the game, black did play a second line stone here, but yeah, but let's just yeah, clearly this is very nice capture. Okay, So Ding Hao now has a lead coming into the middle game again. He's up to 94%. And so this is very, very similar to game one. Ding Hao coming into the middle game with a significant lead. And we will see if the same thing will happen, or if Ding Hao is gonna be able to hold on to this lead or expand upon it. Very interesting. And if you asked for my predictions, I would have said Ding Hao is a world champion player, and so clearly he is going to be very confident in his abilities, and so one loss of the first game is likely not going to affect how he plays this one. So expect a similar type of aggressive play going into the finishing, going into the middle game to the later games in this game. Expect him to not slow down, and here he does not disappoint. Extend, Atari, extend, continues to find problems in this white group. Very, very nice. Yeah, if you guys are looking to, you guys captured a big corner, you say, let me lay off the gas pedal. Let's just say Ding Hao has a different recommendation by how he plays. He does not let off the gas pedal. Okay. So in the game, black turns in Sente, and then blocks here. Very nice. See how he's not just accepting like 3 stones, something like this to capture 3 stones and save his middle stones. He wants to attack this bottom white group at the same time. Very, very quite nice. This will not do much. This is a Sente move. There might be a little bit of Aji, but nothing too major. And white plays here, very interesting. So this is also Dang Yifei's style, as we had mentioned, very thick, very methodical. White doesn't even jump out to here. This would be this black group about as strong as this white group, and black having no problems on the right hand side. Dang Yifei slows his progress down with this diagonal move. Next move, white can play moves like this, like this kind of a thing where white surrounds this black group. So very thick, very methodical, and very, very interesting. So here Ding Hao again, very, very aggressive. White didn't jump, so Ding Hao plays this capping move, and if you think white is just gonna white plays this, and then now white counterattacks. If white just plays this kind of move, you can see how white played so many dame non-territory surrounding moves, and afterwards, maybe black plays here and then totally engulfs the other 3 white stones. Very, 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 very ambitious play. Very, very nice. Okay, so here white goes for the counterattack here, and this, this is a very nice move too. And here white just connects. If white wants to get Sente, black would, with the diagonal, black plays here. The next move is to Atari and cut. So, wow. If white connects, black has this Sente, and then this is so much territory. It's so much territory. And if white connects, black Ataris here. 2-3 exchange really makes black safe, and then there's another weakness here. So having gotten this wedging move in Sente, clearly black is now, the exchanges has black much stronger in the middle, and white just connecting home without doing too much. And afterwards, Ding Hao doesn't block. I would be extremely happy with a block. Does the AI want us to block? AI wants us to tenuki. I would have been super happy with a block, but Ding Hao plays this move. Uh-oh. This move, this extend. Why did he extend this move? The next peep is Sente. And then when black is able to cut white on the outside, this entire white outside group is also not alive. Wow, wow, wow. See, so Ding Hao is my expectations came out to fruition. Ding Hao is not releasing the gas pedal even a little bit in this middle game, and very nice. So white plays this knight's move. The next move here is likely Sente for this cut. So black's slide now becomes much bigger because white would have a Sente here. And next black can still cut white in the outside. And so here white plays this jump. This is fixing the connection of the bottom white group to the right hand side position. So black gets Sente after all this, after making a group in the middle. Black gets Sente. This seems very good for black now. Black seems stronger than white in the middle here, and okay. So black connects, white jumps. Note how white is not spending another move connecting like this. This move would not do anything to attack black, and so and it's not surrounding any territory, so white instead opts for this jump, a little more efficient. And so here clearly Dan Yifei, he is feeling the pressure of the territory for the game, so he is upping his speed. He's no longer just methodically defending. And he absolutely needs to do that, and also this is very, very reasonable. Okay, so coming into the middle game, expect both players to pull out their normal gameplay. Ding Hao, the aggressiveness with not letting off on the gas pedal, and Dan Yifei playing very good defense and counter attack and solid play. So here black jumps, peep, this move, yes, very, very efficient. Remember Ding Hao, defending champion. And this move also counterattacks the white stones. This is also very good plan. Plan A, sacrifice one stone, and if white, if white plays what you and I might play, push and cut, and then after this, after a round of this, we would have made a couple of points in the middle and then lost this entire left hand side, and we would have resigned. Okay, so that trap was not, world champions don't fall for that trap, that kind of a trap. So white plays here, and then this knight's move. This is very, very nice. We can see here white is surrounding the top three black stones, and he's inviting black to have this sort of an exchange. Where now maybe like this, probably here, where 6 stones for 3 stones. The 3 stones come with so much territory. This is probably white's plan. Although that would have been very good for black. AI wants black to go for something like that, and okay. Remember, black did come into this middle game with this kind of a lead. Okay, great. And so in the game, what happened? Black saves the 3 stones as we would expect, and white also saves the middle stones and peeps. And now we can see that now white is now took care of the middle stones, connected home, And now black's group here in the middle is the only one that's under attack now. And so white somehow also methodically came back in this kind of a position with a very, very similar, you know, very, very normal methodical play. So this move, very nice. In the game, black took it safe in terms of not going for the exchange, and not going for the exchange allowed white to get this turnaround counterattack against the black stones in the middle. And now the game is much more even than before. AI wants white to continue attacking this group, and yeah, very, very nice, very interesting development. White is now at 47%, which is total evenness at this point, and we have come to a very similar point as the other game. So white suffered a very big loss in the first fight. Dang Yifei suffered the loss in the fight. Ding Hao didn't let up on the pressure, and in a crucial moment in the middle fighting, Dang Yifei was able to turn a defensive situation around, and now he has a clear fighting advantage. He has a thickness advantage, but he still doesn't have that much territory, and he has reached relative parity in the game, and it would be the second half of the game. It's a very good fighting back with his trademark style, and the second half of the game would decide the winner. So here, Dang Yifei plays this move, defends the corner against the invasion, and this is huge territory, and next move white can continue attacking this black group. Very, very reasonable, very, very strong. And so instead of defending, Ding Hao plays this turn. If white allows black to get this turn, then something like this would make black safer on the outside, and also free himself up to take the territory. Now, so now white takes the opportunity to the moment to attack the black group here, and before defending, Ding Hao counterattacks by capturing one stone first. Very complicated fight, and let's see here, black has some white weaknesses to work with in order to save his group. Very interesting. And black plays these two moves. Very, very interesting. And here, don't be surprised. Very interesting. If white plays here, this takes away a black eye, so later it's like five liberties for white in the corner, so 5 more points, 5 less points for black. And so in the game, white just extends. This allows black to squeeze here, gets an eye, and this is maybe to the tune of 5-6 points in the corner. This does help with the attack against the black group. So it's not all, the first line extend is not all useless. It's better than the squeeze in some aspects, but this will allow Ding Hao to keep a lot of territory. And so after black blocks here, if white just turns, this would be black totally alive. Okay, so back up to here, black survived, and so this, now we can clearly see that white really, the AI move is very nice. This is now white back into the lead in the game after not seeing it all game long. So remember guys, when you have one purpose, always try to do something else that is just as good with your move. This is a great example, and world champions are especially good at this kind of thing. And at the same time, Go is very hard, so don't worry. don't worry if you're not playing the perfect move all the time. No one does all the time. Okay, so this is also trademarked on Yifei in that he doesn't like to go for all or nothing fights. And even when behind, he doesn't go for the all or nothing fight. And instead, he goes for the right-hand side. And this is also very advanced tactics. Black has two potential groups. Both of them are relatively good, but potentially weak. And so here now, white starts a third fight in the other side, where black if white is able to find a third black group in this corner, now that would then be real big problems for black later. So this is very advanced tactics here. And also white is now taking a lot of territory at the same time. And so after white connects home, now the territory difference is now much, much closer. Very interesting. And over here, let's see, does white, no, the AI wants white to fix the middle. Very interesting. So Ding Hao, again, this is a extremely crucial moment in the fighting. It's a very close game. Black has a slightly better game, but if Ding Hao goes for, safety in terms of I don't want to give up the territory lead, and then play something like this one, white would wrap around and then play something here. If black goes for something like this, yeah. Okay, if black goes for something like this, then white has a very good outside and then attack two groups, and that would kind of be very similar to game one, where white now, where black Ding Hao has two potential weak groups, and then Dang Yifei is up, is trying to surround and capture one of them, and going after it. And instead, in this game, Ding Hao elects to go for something different, which is Ding Hao elects to just capture this one stone on the outside, and this threatens this major white group in the middle. Oh, yeah. And so Dang Yifei takes back the territory on the upper right. Now, after white played here, we can see that after white lost the corner, which is big territory, every single fight, every single move that happens thereafter, black didn't make any additional territory, did he? A couple of eyes only. But white solidified the corner, made a few points in the middle, and now took away black's potential on the right and made territory himself. So now actually it is now white with the territory lead in this game. The score estimator has white by 5 to 10 points, and so it is now up to black now to play here and capture this white group. Very interesting. If black is not able to, then white would have a territory lead, and so this is the noted departure from the first game that Ding Hao elected to go for. And now white seems to have a lot of eye space. It's unclear whether black Ding Hao is gonna be successful in this in this game. Now, after black connects here, it seems like white definitely cannot make two eyes anymore, but Dang Yifei will exemplify the old adage, which is it's very difficult to capture a professional's group. And after all the eye spaces are taken away, white plays here and then finds a very nice counterattack against these 7 black stones. And so this is very, very close. This devolves into a very big, complicated life and death situation. And namely, this ended up as a case where black is gonna die like this, won't be able to live, but because there's this wedge here against this outside, this corner white group, black is now able to survive. Very, very, and if white blocks, there is this Atari, and then here, this move being Sente with a straight 4, bent 4, and so after black extends here, after black extends here, looking like the only move that works. If you do go back, something like this, and then now black loses the ability to capture white here. 2 liberties not filled. And that seems like the only move that would work, and Ding Hao finds it and survives here, and that completes the capture against this middle. There is no cut here. And at the end, white has to connect here before white can fight liberties with this outside group anyways. So very, very close capture, very, very exciting finish. So in 2 games, we saw 2 dragon captures, which is super exciting. And 2 dragon capture games, it's a rarity in professional, finals games, and we saw them in this one. So the finals are definitely living up to any hype that may happen. Defending champion in this one, clear, total, accurate reading, and captured the opponent by the skin of the teeth, very, very close, and the fighting was very, very back and forth. Black captured something very big, and then kept up the aggression and was able to take the middle game, take a very big lead into the middle game. However, black declined exchanging the 3 stones for the middle stones, which would have kept a very big lead. Afterwards, the game became very, very unclear, quite even, and a little bit afterwards, it was white. After black took care of the top, black had a slight advantage, and the most important thing with getting the advantage was during the defense of this group, black played here on the outside, which defended and strengthened the middle group, the other part of the group, and then before leaving, black took the capture of this 1 stone, which again further strengthened the middle group. So in the process of surviving with the top left corner, black didn't forget about the middle, and took a move to played correctly, took the middle panuki, made the middle stronger, and because black had a little bit of a stronger middle, black was able to choose this variation, giving up a lot of territory in order to counterattack and try to capture the middle white group. This was very, very unclear throughout, but I'm sure they were not able to calculate everything in the beginning of this fight, and in the later part of the fight, Ding Hao was able to totally figure out how to survive here, and he did. And let's just say I probably wouldn't have been able to figure this out. Maybe I would have a chance, but this extent was a picturesque finish, and the finals are now tied up 1-1. Both players are extremely, extremely game. And so that's up for yesterday. Yesterday's game. This was yesterday's game, the third and final match of the finals. Extremely exciting. Extremely exciting. How was White supposed to fix the middle? The game was very close. They all had multiple things. They're trying to get one up, one little bit ahead on the territory, and also on the attack, and also on the defense. So they're always juggling 5, 6, 7 different parameters, different things. It's very difficult. For White to defend the middle was easy, but defending it without falling behind was the hard part. So very interesting stuff. And so here we have come to the third and final match. Both players took out their trademark game, and expect all the more to continue into the third and final match. In this one, who is black and who is white? Ding Hao is white and Dang Yifei is black. By the way, Samsung Cup finals, Samsung Cup rules, Komi is 6.5, so there's no advantage or disadvantage with black and white. 6.5 Komi is just about right. And so Ding Hao is white, and here in the final game, uncharacteristically or perhaps reasonably, Ding Hao does choose a very solid two-space extension, and Dang Yifei trademark declines to play the flying knife complications, just plays the normal moves. If it was Dang Yifei playing white, he very much likes to take the Gote and make sure that his group is very strong with this extension to finish the Joseki. Ding Hao does not. Ding Hao opts for speed and jumps defensive corner here. And note here we have a opposite of game 1 where it was Ding Hao with the two-space jump and Dang Yifei with one space. In the third game, it was the opposite. Dang Yifei with the two space and Ding Hao with the one space. Now, Dang Yifei has a very trademark slow rolling you over type of play style, and this two space, leaving the corner relatively open, is not his trademark style. But after the first move, we see the other moves, the diagonal, the Atari, and extend. These are all very solid, very normal, slow Hongtae moves. So Dang Yifei is back into his style. He extends here, and Ding Hao invades. If it was Dang Yifei playing, he might play here. He might play another move here, maybe this move. Ding Hao just invades, and Ding Hao does not miss these great invasion points, especially when they are AI's number 1 choice. Very interesting. And here Dang Yifei, he plays this move is further solidifying the corner. It's just one space, but it helps a lot against this kind of peeps and the follow-ups that result afterwards. For example, if white presses, now you can see that the one space makes a very nice tiger mouse shape. So this is solidifying the corner. This is, I'm sure if this two space was one space, this move wouldn't have been played. If it was the normal small knight's move in the corner, this move would not have been played. But two space high, this move was played. And yes, Ding Hao plays a probing move and then plays here, counter pincering this one stone. Very aggressive, very fast, and very efficient early on. AI wants black to keep developing the top. This jump is what I would have played as well. Very reasonable. I'm capturing one stone. How could we not? Okay. And here, Dang plays this move and extends. This is very thick, and this is further strengthening the corner, helping out against this white stone, and it has very good follow-ups, push and cut, presses, and yeah, quite nice. In this game, Ding Hao answers, and this is strengthening the top and also puts more pressure on black here. And here, black goes for the first contact, the real contact move of the game. We can understand that Yifei doesn't want to fight this kind of unsure fighting by invasion. I'm sure if Ding Hao was playing black, he would have spent no time invading here. I myself, I really like this kind of invasion as well. This is you can counterattack against all the surrounding stones. So in the game, the idea here is likely because white played 2 stones, if this kind of thing happens, then white is a little over concentrated, and black would gladly take this with 2 other stones on the right hand side. Another capture like this is noticeably very big. So Ding Hao counters this and then plays the wedge in. This is very common whenever you guys don't want, what we just showed to happen, play this wedge. In the game, black really wanted to make sure the top stone is captured, so black Atari'd and connects. Now white can ladder this 1 stone, but white does not, because laddering 1 stone could lead to this kind of thing, and again, a little bit of redundancy. Black has a lot of territory, and also there is very nice, remember this invasion was a normal big move, and now that the invasion is also a ladder breaker or a sente move, it just becomes even more, even better. So this is kind of like it's like a trap sort of a thing. Here, come capture my 1 stone so I can get the ladder breakers. And so here, white, Ding Hao, world champions, they don't fall for this kind of thing. By the way, you say, why is the ladder breaker that bad? And that's because the next move, black playing here, can be safely ignored, and then black can capture 2 white stones only. That's not too bad. But if white Ataris and then lets the ladder run out, the next black move is to capture here, and so it's much greater damage. White would probably have to do this. Black plays here, and here we can see white wastes 1 move here with this Atari. So this Atari commits white to capturing this black stone, basically. And this move, it doesn't totally capture black yet, but it gives white much more options later on. Okay, now, and here black seizes on the fact that this 1 stone still has 2 liberties to play this move, and after this kind of thing, white has to now capture this 1 stone. So this jump is taking advantage of white's shortages of liberties. If white didn't have any shortage of liberty, then this knight's move would have been played, where it's where it's safer for black. In this game, right now, white has some weaknesses, shortages of liberty, so black jumps, and okay. Very interesting, because of the same shortage of liberties, white doesn't want to make those pushes, and so white plays the diagonal moves. This is very, very reasonable. Okay, so after all these exchanges, white has pulled off a tiny lead, and this connect is very, again, trademark Dang Yifei Go style. Not in a hurry go style. The next move is to cut. If black captures the top, this empty triangle would capture the black 3 stones. This is not going to do anything. This would capture 3 black stones, so this is a very thick move by black. Of course, black could always play this kind of a thing. Extend back and allow white to capture 1 more stone. Anyways, so here black, very trademark Dang Yifei, he is perfectly willing to take a gote move and have a lot of thickness. Now remember in the previous game we had a case where 3 stones were captured in the corner about as big as this, and we can use the same kind of analysis to see if we're gaining or not. Take away the dead stones, 1 white stone, 1 black stone, and then we see if the territory that ends up is very efficient or not. In this case, 1 stone, 1 stone, black has spent a move in the corner, so it's very, very acceptable. If white lost 2 stones in here, that would be that would be a huge box, 5 by 5 box, very, very efficient. That would be very, very efficient for black, and that's very reasonable, right? Because if white plays another move in here and still dies, yes, it would make sense that that would be good for black. But in this case, it's much, much more acceptable and reasonable. So here white goes after this corner, and knight's move and a jump. Okay, so white is attacking this corner. All the white moves he spent on the upper side, this push, this extend, and this diagonal move, they're all helping and converging onto this attack against this black group. Here, Dang Yifei, black needs to be very careful to not play too defensively, and Ding Hao as white has a very, very ideal plan, which is if black is forced into this defensive posture, then white is able to get sentes and then make some pushes here, or just simply block and then make a very big left hand side. This would be very efficient, and that would be nice. That's white's plan. So here Dang Yifei, he when the games are on the line, he does, he is a tank, but this is where the tank sort of makes their dough, makes their money. When you have thickness, especially after the last few moves, after connecting here, you have thickness on the board, so it's time to invade and counter attack. And so here, white has a group to worry about in this corner. Black has a group to worry about there. Black has a lot of territory. White has some territory and some potential. So seems like a very even game, even though it's not a balanced game in terms of everything. So here white aims to attack black first, and the attack continues. Note how the AI wants black to continue to play 1 more move on the outside. This is very advanced tactics. This is making white weak so that black can take care of himself. And so if white attacks by playing something like 2, this exchange is very beneficial for black, and now black is able to accept a much less, maybe give up the 2 stones, and keeps a corner kind of a move. This we expect to be okay. Okay, so it's attack and counter-attack time in the middle game, and here black elects to first take care of this group, and now white plays here, splits the 2 sides. Black splits white, white splits black, and we have very exciting middle game now. So despite what looks to be very promising fighting middle game, afterwards black connects home here, and then black connects here for this weakness to give up the middle stones here. In order to live into the corner, white takes a lot of thickness and potential territory in the middle. Black takes a corner, this side territory, and another big connect on the bottom side. A very grand exchange occurred, and now no one has any more weak groups anymore, and the game basically goes goes very peaceful. Now, with that said, this corner now becomes a very interesting ko. White can commit to fighting the ko, but if black captures this, then white would really not have anything left to attack, and this is a lot of territory. Remember, white took the some thickness in the middle, so it has some potential, but it's very easy for black to also take this away by attacking this group, extending or something, things like that. So white ataris and plays this move, makes the middle very strong and makes a lot of potential territory here. Very interesting. And now this is noticeably white plays defensively, black also plays defensively, takes this ko, and now this game is settled down. Unlike the previous game, this game now settled down, and then we're heading into the later part of the middle game. White keeps expanding the middle and threatens to take out this one stone. Black, Dang Yifei finds that there's no time to defend the territory, goes into the middle, and white uses this ko to try to get black to play very, very defensively. So black can survive by playing something like this extend, and this move is sente, and making an eye like this, but this would be losing a few points of endgame at the same time. And so black doesn't want to do this. White wants to force black to play there, and black doesn't want to play there. And this is how this middle game fighting revolves around the ko. Again, neither side has any room to back off, even if it's a little bit. Okay, so now white finds a ko threat here, saves this one stone, and black now ends the ko by playing this move. This is much better than some of the other ways of ending the ko. For example, afterwards black can capture 4 stones now. Black can capture these stones like this, and if you just captured the one stone, white can still push out like this, potentially. Right, so remember, you gotta make sure that you get the maximum possible, and players like Dang Yifei, who is unaggressive, usually unaggressive, he's very, very good at this kind of thing, to get the maximum out of each situation, and this is why he frequently he claws his way back. AI would be even, territory-wise it would be 5 points back, but just like throughout the middle, late middle game, end game, and the late end game, he claws his way back. What a treat to see. Okay, this press, very, very Dang Yifei-esque. Now white saves the stone and captures the 2 black stones. This is now, again, a lot of territory pressure against black. However, black does have this next invasion on the right-hand side to look forward to. This is now a 3rd type of game. Now, even though both players in both first and second games have always kept the balance of territory in mind when they fought, this game there's no big fighting anymore after black ended the ko there. Now it's a real inch by inch, field by field kind of push back and forth. Very interesting. And so here it was actually Ding Hao who blinks and plays a little bit defensive. This is the first series of moves that are unlike Ding Hao, right? Remember, he's very big on playing aggressively and efficiently. And after this, actually it was now black, Dang Yifei, who reversed the situation. Just remember, white is at 80%, black is only at 20%. And then just a couple of moves later, now black is again in the lead. So it's a very fine balance, and so this is very, very interesting and exciting. Okay, so AI wants this following shape to happen. This is black saves the invasion stones, and white captures the bottom. But in the game, black plays the Hane and connect, and this Hane and connect was it's kind of now white is back up to 83 because in the previous diagram, in the previous fighting here, white played very conservatively, just captured one stone for a lot of thickness, right? And here, black aimed to get another swig of territory, and after this, when white played this capping move, black actually has no way to save these 4 stones. So, in a twist of fate, extremely similar to game 1, where Ding Hao took one swig of territory too much, right? In this game, when the game was really, really on the line, balanced on a knife's edge, it was actually Dang Yifei who sort of blinks first, and then makes a small mistake, plays a move that is too territorial, and allows Ding Hao to go on the attack and capture, even though it's just 4 stones. It's a very crucial 4 stones. So in like an opposite fashion, it was Dang Yifei who was one bit too greedy in the end. And so black had no other choices but to do this exchange, capturing 1 stone in the corner. So now white is back up to a small lead, and this exchange is slightly favoring white, but game is still quite close, and the crucial moment in the game after the previous one was here. So extend was a big move. If you don't extend, black would capture. Ding Hao did not play this, but played here. This is very strong. Strongest move by black is to fight this as a ko, and if black is able to win this ko like this, then white just simply loses territory. But he has to fight the ko, and probably can't win the ko. And if you don't fight the ko, this, by the way, this is also ko. If you don't fight the ko, then white would cut these. And if you don't fight the ko, then you would only have one choice, which is here. And very good timing to play this extend, very good timing to play here. Black has no time to play. Black would like to play this move in Sente and then connect. This would be a win for black, but because this move is an Atari, white can cut here and Atari. So black has to connect, and now white is able to capture these 2 stones. Now, compared to before, where black likely has this extend, at least in Sente, has this push, has has captures like this. Compared to that, white having gotten to capture these 2 stones and also totally strengthen and solidify this position was extremely big for territory and thickness. So this was how Ding Hao is now clearly in the lead now after getting some more territory here. And this was absolutely again brilliant move here. This move fixes this problem because now black has to connect. This move also fixes the black's wedge, black's Hane here to capture 1 stone. And so as a result of this, white was able to do to get two end games at the same time, and this was how Ding Hao really is now like really in the lead now. So remember, guys, this is what separates a lot of professionals and top amateur strong down players from us. This kind of double purpose move or multi-purpose move. Okay, so Black's last chance was in the middle. Still, even though it's 90% plus, this is still very close. It's only probably 2-3 points of a difference. And yeah, this was good. This was accurate. Only 4%. Here, White plays this move in center. Black ignores him and plays on the top. And Black is now able to save these two stones, but there is this outside ability to cut. And so here Black still could not capture those two white stones. And so Black could only press and Atari, and now the gains Black made over here in the middle was offset by White pushing in through the middle on the bottom, and now White has a clear lead. How big is it? It's unclear, but that White has a lead, that part is clear. So here the final exchange, Black captures 2 stones, White captures 3 stones, and a few more moves into the end game, and we have now Black down to 0, although the game itself, this estimator only has White up by 2.5. More end games. By the way, this is how Dang Yifei's games go very often. He's very perfectly willing to take a small deficit into the end game and then claw his way back through the end game. In this game, however, Black wasn't able to win this ko, and as a result, this game really just there's just nothing more will happen in this game. It's all small end games at this point. And the estimator has White up by 4.5. And that's gonna be the edge going into the end. So Black is barely ahead in the game, and this is where Dang Yifei resigned, and Ding Hao, the reigning champion, secured another back-to-back Samsung Cup championships. And with this back-to-back championship, Ding Hao is cemented his status as one of the best players of all in the world. And surely his number 9 ranking on all the Go players is surely to increase after this victory. And he's gonna earn, I think, 180 million Korean won, which is about 300. Well, I think 300 million, $300,000 about. And congratulations, Dang Yifei ends with 150 or 100,000. Not a bad tournament. And these finals games were very interesting, very nice. Both the first and second games featured a dragon capture, which is rare in professional games, and both players showed their stuff. Dang Yifei, one of the rare solid thickness, not in a hurry kind of player in the modern day and age, a true rarity in the modern Go scene, and he's a treasure to the Go world as a result. And best of luck to him. May he have a Go career similar to that of Li Changho earlier, the one other type of player who really reminds us of. Okay, thank you guys for watching these finals. They were quite exciting, and it featured much dragon captures. And if you guys are looking for how to capture strong players dragons, these were very good games to show. And also, if you are looking for how to play, thick and solid, I will get what I deserve, and I don't need anything more. Yifei, perfect choice. He's probably the only modern player of his type. The one player who is in this fast-paced day and age. He is not fast-paced. He is rock solid. Making it to the semifinals and having an extremely high number 7 in the world ranking definitely earned him at least one more fan in myself, and hopefully some of you too. And in the modern day, very good. And once again, congratulations to Ding Hao, who 2 back-to-back Samsung Cup victories. Very impressive, and taking down the number 1 player in the world, Xin Junso, on his way to the championship. So great. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe on our YouTube, and leave a comment on what you guys thought of these finals games. And see you guys in the next one.